Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. It's really weird. I keep forgetting what day it is and thinking that it's Wednesday, even though I know it's not. Public holidays on a Monday completely throw me out. It's really kind of curious. So I've just gone live in the group for Rebel with a Cause, and it sort of like got me thinking a little bit about the things that we ask for, the things that we don't ask for, and the things that we do or don't actually admit to ourselves that we potentially even want. So something that I've become really kind of clear on, particularly this year, has been very much around asking for what I want, knowing what I want, being really freaking clear on what I want, and then getting rid of any blocks that get in the way of making that happen. Hey Georgina, great to see you again over in here instead of in the group. So I guess one of the things that I was chatting with the people about, the rebels about, was around, who is this person that you want to be able to bring into your world, right? So more often than not, what we do is we get caught up in this is who I think I should work with. This is who I think I should be talking to. I think this is what they look like. I think this is what they're about. I think this is what their problems are. Rather than going, actually, this is who I want them to be. This is who I need them to be. This is what they look like. This is what their attitude's like. This is what they're working through. These are the kinds of strengths that they have. These are the kinds of things that they really need help with. We become, and I think this is sort of what's happened for some reason, over the years in which I've seen play out anyway, is that we seem to be too freaking scared of saying what it is that we actually want. Now, this could be from going to a cafe, ordering coffee, and having the coffee come out wrong. I know I have in the past felt really freaking guilty about getting the coffee that isn't what I ordered, or not the way that I ordered it, or it's too hot, or it's burnt, or it's too, I only drink soy, so maybe it's being made with milk or whatever, and I feel really bad, like I've done something freaking wrong. When you go out and say, oh, look, actually, could you please remake this? This isn't right. Or you order food, good food, and it comes out wrong. Or even if it's not good food, I used to feel, I have in the past felt really guilty going through the drive-thru of KFC with my kids in the car. You get the KFC bag, right? And you're waiting and maybe it's just here, I don't know, like our particular KFC. They hand the order over. I'm like, I'm not driving off yet. Make sure that you've got everything. And then there's something missing in the freaking bag. And I felt terrible because I have to say, oh, actually, we haven't been given the blah, blah, blah. Can we please get it? Oh, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Do you want the bag back? It's not in there. Oh, no. Like, I don't talk like that to them. But in my head, I'm like, it's really shitty that I should feel horrible or bad that I'm asking for not only what it is that I want, but actually asking for something that I freaking paid for, right? And I think that this sort of ripples through a lot of different areas in our worlds. And I think this actually is particularly insidious within our businesses. I think one of the big things that I really want to share with you guys today is around being really courageous, being really confident about you being very, very clear on exactly who it is that you want to bring into your business as a client or as a customer in your world. Be really, really clear on it. And for some reason, I think we've kind of become somewhat apologetic for, being really clear on that. I think if we were really clear on the kinds of partners we want and how we want them to be, if we were to be really clear on asking for what we want in terms of our health, in terms of our body, in terms of how we want them to perform, I think it would make our lives a whole lot easier, because then if we're not getting what it is that we want, then onus is on us to kind of adjust and shift and change a little bit, or be more clearer about asking for what it is that we want. So how this applies into your marketing, into your content marketing, into your business and everything like that, it's like if you're the queen and you are asking for something, you are sure as heck not going to be concerned about the fact that somebody is going to have to go and do the thing. You know, you just kind of ask for it, you expect that you're going to get it, and all is well and good in the world, right? What if you were to write about who the person is that you would love to work with, right? In a beautiful, perfect, ideal world, whatever. What is that person like? Write their story. Write about their dreams, their goals, their desires, the things that they're experiencing in as much intricate detail as you can. It's okay for you to describe their physicality. It is okay to do that, right? It is okay for you to describe in there, again, in an ideal world, you know, what kind of people would you want to be hanging out with? What kind of qualities are they going to have? What kinds of things would they be saying to you? I don't know. It's really interesting. I think that somewhere along the way, this whole concept around avatar, ideal client, ideal perfect client, ideal client avatar, like whatever the heck acronym or label or whatever it is that you want to give it, your audience, essentially, we've tried to force ourselves to kind of fit within the 9 dots way of thinking about how we should be thinking and who we should be working with and what we should be selling and what we should be doing. Whereas really, at the end of the day, you can actually work with the people that you actually want to be able to work with if you can articulate who they are, right? Trust that makes sense. I think the other really interesting thing is that if you think about that from a marketing perspective, then where else have you been selling yourself short in your world and in your life where you've been settling for something instead of actually calling in that standard? You know, what kind of standards do you want to set? And I don't think that that's a bad thing. I don't actually even think that it's a diva-y thing. I don't actually even think that I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it's really great if you have standards around what it is that you want and what you're willing to accept and what you're actually making yourself therefore unavailable for. So for the drama, there's no more drama in my world. I'm not interested. I don't want to know about any drama. I'm available and I accept and I'm calling in only amazing and positive experiences. You know, why do we have to play into that whole thing around how we should be and what we should be doing and this, that, and the other? So that's my little rant. Short, sharp, and shiny. The way that you can apply this into your world is do the demographical thing of who it is that you might want to work with and whatever else. In fact, I still think that that's actually an important piece of everything. And I also think it's really, really important for you to be completely honest with yourself around what you want, around who it is that you want to work with, what kind of paradigm your people are in, and things like that, and get really clear on who these people are that you really want to work with. And it doesn't mean, here's the big thing, it doesn't mean that these other people are bad or not worthy or somehow less of a standard for you. Like it's not about that. It's just about you really starting to get so crystal clear and really start to oscillate at a different frequency so that you can bring more of those people, those things, those times, those places, those events into your world, right? Hey, Catherine. I nearly said good morning. That's kind of like my rote response. Interesting. Good afternoon. So get really clear on who that is. Write out what they're about. Write out in there what it is that they're passionate about. What are they looking for? What are their values? You know, what are their dreams? What are their desires? What is the thing that really revs them up? What do they desire? Who do they desire? What kinds of things do they love spending time on and with, right? Get really clear on that, and it will make it easier for you to then create content that speaks into that. It'll help you to clear out any blockages out of the way to those people, right? So if you imagine, like, this is my bone broth cup. So if we've got the people right here and the pathway to them is coming through here and there's blockages in the way, if you know who that person is, you can clear all of those things out. If you're like, well, you know, it could be any one of these people that I might decide to work with, you know, there's all sorts of blockages and reservations and resistances and like all of this type of stuff to you getting there, because like you're trying to be all things to all people and your message is going to be really scattered gun as well, right? Whereas if you're like, these are the people that I'm working with, I'm just going here, bang, like that, you can very easily just go, pew, I'm just going here. That's my little bone broth cup analogy of the afternoon for you and why it's really freaking important. So that's that for me for today. I am really freaking excited. The Rebels are doing brilliantly. They're learning lots and they're getting deep diving into everything. The other thing that's really great that I thought that I would just say to you, so I've been journaling a lot of late and I've journaled out oddly because it wasn't planned. Today and yesterday kind of Vanilla Bee just liked my photo on Instagram and I nearly said Bumblebee. Fallen out of my pencil into my journal today is this brand new program that we're going to be releasing that is just going to be freaking amazing. I can't wait to tell you about it. I'm not going to tell you about it today. But it's going to be it's just freaking amazing. And what I'm loving about this whole creative process is that this particular thing that I've got that's coming up is a blend of all of the energy stuff that I do literally on a daily basis. It's all of the intuitive stuff that I do literally on a daily basis, kind of blended with everything else that we're doing. And I'm just really freaking pumped about it. It's really funny because 2 days ago, I was kind of like, let you in on a little secret. So 2 days ago, what day was it? That was Sunday. Actually, it wasn't. It was Friday and Saturday, and then they kind of bled into Sunday. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm closing down Rebels on Sunday night, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about after that. I don't know what I'm going to sell. What am I going to do? It was just kind of like, really interesting. It sparked some anxiety. So I did some journaling on it. It's like, you know what, just let it all go. The right message will come through at the right time. This is a very different Nicola to even the 2 years ago Nicola. So I've been doing energy work for the last 4 years, but the difference is that I have been so systemed and structured and, this is what I'm doing every 6 weeks and every 8 weeks and, blah, 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 for years. And it worked brilliantly until it didn't work anymore. So this has been a really, really interesting process to kind of work through and trust in. And half of it came out yesterday. And I was like, you know what, this is really great. And it's, I was kind of jazzed by it and whatever. And then I actually wrote in my diary, I feel like I'm forcing this. I feel like I'm kind of forcing this particular idea to come to life. And it's just like, I'm just not really feeling it. So I put it down and I kind of just let it go. And then this morning, I've been journaling again because I do that every day. Journaling, and then bang, out it fell, and completely unexpected. And it's freaking amazing. So I'll talk to you about that over the next few days. I just thought that it would be curious for you to kind of hear the process a little bit more about this creative process that I've kind of been going through. And I suppose it's probably exactly like an artist standing in front of a blank canvas, not really knowing what it is that you're going to put up on it. What is it that you're going to draw? What are you going to paint? And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 it just somehow all is birthed and kind of comes out. So I feel like I've been having contractions since Friday. And then finally today it's just like, oh my God, there's this beautiful shiny little baby that we get to play with and nurture and hang out with. So really looking forward to sharing that with you over the next few days. Meanwhile, go get yourself out there, go help some people, get visible of course, and go change some lives. And make sure that you are being really clear about asking for what it is that you want, because until you know what you want, until you know who you want to work with, until you know what you want to create, until you know any of that stuff, you're just kind of left to the will of the universe, if you like, to give you haphazard stuff. So let's be really clear and just, make that happen. All right. Have a great afternoon, everybody. I will talk with you all tomorrow. Can't wait to see you then. Meanwhile, rock on and talk soon. Bye.